OneSoccer, we are your home for the men's qualifiers to the Tokyo Olympics. Canada begins their campaign on Friday, March 19th. They'll start off against El Salvador. Also in their group is Haiti and Honduras. Ollie, who would you say of these three will pose the toughest test?
Like Gareth said yesterday, I think it's Honduras. If you want to, the team that's been to the most finals since the turn of the millennium isn't Mexico, it isn't the United States, it's Honduras. They've had 2 wins at this tournament in the past 20 years. They've had 2 second-place finishes and they've had a third-place finish as well. So a pretty sterling record at this tournament. And as Wheels touched upon yesterday, these are players that get an opportunity in their professional league earlier and for a more prolonged period of time, I think, than a lot of North American players do. You know, there's a lot of players in this Honduran squad for this tournament that have got 50 or even 100 senior league appearances under their belt already. So it's a strong team. It's a team that's going to be physically mature, and that's always difficult for young players who haven't got that level of experience and maturity to deal with. And I'll be very disappointed if Canada don't get out of the group at this tournament, but I don't think I'd make them favourites to win the group, just because Honduras have such a strong track record, and you have to respect that, even if the names maybe aren't as recognizable as the ones in Canada's squad.
And these nations and players and teams have been training with one another, much more familiarity between the groups than what Canada's dealing with right now as well. I'm intrigued by Haiti. I'm really looking forward to watching both matches play out, but Honduras-Haiti is going to set a benchmark, isn't it? Because the Haitian team is made up with players that are playing all over Europe and Spain and France and other countries. I think there's just an element of unknown about what this group is all about. So some questions are seriously going to be answered come Friday night.
Well, and as the tournament progresses, we're also wondering who will emerge as Canada's star player, their MVP. And obviously this is pure speculation, but if you were to take a guess, Gareth, who would that be?
I've been so impressed by Tajon Buchanan and the growth that we saw over the course of the last MLS season. And by all reports, he's impressing people as we move towards this tournament as well. He's electric, playing down that right-hand side. He can play at right back. I think for this tournament, we'll see him playing a little bit higher up the field. In what exact role, I'm not quite so sure yet, but in a team where you're looking for a potential difference maker, an X factor, a player who may be the real deal in attack, I'm looking right at Tajon Buchanan. It could be at a massive coming out party to the greater population, maybe people that don't watch MLS and New England Revolution on a regular basis, just how good this player is and how good he can be, not only for this tournament, but a big 2020, whether it be with the senior men's national team or at the Gold Cup right here on OneSoccer later on this summer.
Yeah, it's vital they find a difference maker at the attacking end of the pitch, and I think that's the biggest question mark on the roster. But because of that, and because this is tournament football and it tends to be fairly low scoring, I'm going to go with a defender in Derek Cornelius. So this is the player that has the most senior men's national team experience on the Canada roster. I'm somewhat surprised that he's not been kept back for World Cup qualifying, given that experience with the senior team. I'm a little bit surprised by the way his career has maybe just seemed to stall a little bit. With the Vancouver Whitecaps, he hasn't been always a regular in their starting lineup. He played so well for Canada in that 2-0 win against the USA, but certainly he's going to be, you know, a leading figure on this roster. Canada is going to need to be defensively strong and not concede too many goals. I can't see them scoring enough to make up for a leaky defense. And Derek Cornelius is someone who obviously is coming off a long off-season being an MLS player. They need to get him up to speed quickly, and they need him to lead this group at the back. And if he can do that, then I think Canada's got half a chance here.